Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Out on the Ranch with Dr. Lee. It is a hot Texas day today. Here in South Texas, it's about 95 degrees and the humidity feels like it's about the same level too. So a pretty brutal day. I thought I'd bring you along for the ride. I'm going to go down to the creek today. This is probably part of the ranch you've never seen, unless you are a subscriber to Demolition Ranch, and then you've probably been down there a few times. But we're going to go down there. I've got some game cameras down there on the creek. I monitor what type of animals, sometimes four-legged, sometimes two-legged, come through the creek. It's just kind of a good idea to keep tabs on what's coming through your property at any given time. But we've been seeing a lot of different wildlife recently since my neighbors cleared all of their forest out and are getting way to paving and building over there. So we've been seeing a whole lot of animals whose homes have been disrupted and destroyed over there coming over here. And a lot of them we see nocturnal animals in broad daylight, and that's just because they don't have a home to go to and they're out trying to find food for their babies in most cases. Anyway, I'm going to get you down off that tripod. We're going to go down to the creek, and I will give you a heads up. I will be carrying a rifle with me, and no, I'm not hunting down there, but we do have a lot of hogs and a lot of hogs with babies, and it's never a good idea to go down into this area unarmed, because those mama hogs, they'll come get you, and they're bigger than me, so they win. So I do carry an equalizer for you gun guys. And again, the word guys goes both ways on this channel. This is an old Model 94 Winchester 30-30 that one of my uncles gave me a long time ago. He bought this thing new back in the early 50s, and it's one of those things that's been in the family forever, probably always will be. And while I'm making my way down to the creek, it's a pretty boring trip, and I don't want to be bouncing you guys around. I don't have one of those expensive gimbal cameras like Matt has that makes everything look perfectly fluid. If I carried you down there, it'd be bouncing all over the place. So I'm going to turn this thing off. I'm going to walk down there. And in the meantime, while I'm walking down there, I've got a bunch of clips I'm going to show today because I've not been able to post a video. I messed up another knee a few weeks ago, so I missed about 10 days of work, and all the work around here on the ranch is piled up, so I'm far behind on the videos. But I do carry the camera with me a lot, and I get a lot of strange little tidbits of videos. So again, I don't have a great video for you today, but here's some interesting things that's happened recently. Here's Matt at the clinic doing a surgery. I think you might enjoy this one. And I'll be back with you in just a minute down at the creek. What are you doing, Matt?
Just saving lives.
Curing disease and pestilence one dog at a time?
Yeah. This dog was attacked by another dog. This is the side of its head. The ear used to be here. There's no ear anymore. That's the ear canal right there, this hole. There was a hole like this big in the side of its face, and we've, over the last 2.5 weeks, have shrunk it down to this size. And today I'm just shrinking a little more, slow and steady.
Cool. Good job. Looks great.
It does look
You're
good.
going to be able to pull all that skin around?
I don't think we're closing it today.
No, I mean eventually.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Good.
If not, you know, he'll grow it back and have a good scar there. But yeah, if we could get it to close, he'd grow hair all there, which would be nice.
Awesome. Good job. And we're getting into hog territory here in just a second. Hopefully if they're down there, I'm making enough noise they'll hear me and they'll move on before we even get to see them. Sometimes you'll hear them go across the creek and they'll splash in the water. Scares the heck out of you. I'll leave this camera going, and just in case something pops up here. Lots of dense foliage down here, man. Those hogs, the creek is right over there. You can't really see it. It's probably about 20 feet in there, and you can't even see it from here. That foliage is so thick. Lots of snakes. I'll show you a little video of a snake that I got. I'll show you a video of a snake I walked upon. Actually, it's stills. I was coming down here to take some pictures of some really big bass, and almost stepped on a water moccasin. I wasn't really sure what it was, but I took the pictures and enlarged them, and then you could tell. Okay, we're headed on down to the creek right now. There's the game camera. You can see it up on that tree. We'll come back in just a minute and change out the SD cards in it. Heard something splash, but I think it was a big old frog. Yep. Haven't had any rains lately. Everything's kind of drying up. Creek's not running very well. Still pretty though. Pretty little creek. Alright, let's go get that SD card. While I'm in here getting this SD card, I will show you a few still pictures. A lot of people have been asking me on that video where we worked on Luther together. A lot of people saw a big motor sitting over in the corner on a stand, and they all asked me what that motor was. And it's a 396 cubic inch Chevrolet engine, and it's going in, let me fix this thing around here so I can see what's going on here. It's a 396 Chevy engine, and it's going in a an old 68 Camaro project car that I have. It was an old car I bought a long time ago. Matt drove it to school when he was in high school, and it busted, and we tore it down to 1,000,000 pieces, and we've taken it down to all nuts and bolts and put it all back together. Welded some new quarter panels on it, put new fenders on it, painted the car, knocked all the dents out of it, rebuilt the motor, rebuilt the transmission, rebuilt the rear end. So it's basically going to be a new car if I ever get it back together. I've also got an old Corvette that I'm working on too. Here's a picture of it. Easy as that, and we are done. And thank goodness we didn't see any hogs. Okay, I'll head back out of here, go get on old Luther, and we'll head back to the house. I'm going to keep this camera going just in case something jumps up in front of us. That would sure make for an interesting video. And you never know what's going to happen out here. Like I said, especially since my neighbor tore up their place. But it's awfully pretty down here. I just don't know how people can sell out and have all their land destroyed and have it all concreted over, and you know, it's just so beautiful. And it's a dying thing, I guess. I guess it's just the way of the world, and old Dr. Lee's just going to have to accept that, but not without a fight. You know, that knee's kind of talking to me right now going up this hill. For those of you who have blown knees out, I have full sympathy. This is the second one I've torn up. And the doc said, no surgery this time, you're bone on bone. He said if he did surgery that I wouldn't have anything left to pad it and have to do a replacement in a couple of years. So all I can say to that is getting old sucks. There's our boy. Yeah, I was going to head back to the house and finish off this video, but I thought, man, it's so nice out here. It's hot and it's humid and it's muggy, but the birds are singing, there's a little bit of breeze blowing, and I thought, heck, I'll just finish it out here if you guys don't mind. One thing that I did want to bring up, and again, unfortunately this is going to be another one of those videos that's just loaded with little snippets. One thing I did want to bring up, a lot of you keep asking me about the dog that got the snake bite on the tongue. And I stated the outcome in the comment section of that video, but you know, who's going to go back and look through all that? So just to get you up to speed again on that dog, he did fine. And what did I do? You know, people said, my God, did he need surgery? You know, maybe he did, but I was able to manage it all with heavy doses of anti-inflammatories and heavy doses of antibiotics. And I called the lady, I checked on him in a weekend, he was doing okay. You know, okay, no better than okay, but okay is better than dead. And 2 weeks into it, I called her and she said, he's doing really good. By the third week, he was gaining weight, feeling a whole lot better, eating, and especially as black as that tongue looked, I anticipated at least half of it was going to slough off because it looked dead to me. But like I commonly say, I've been in vet clinics since 1980 and I see something new every day. So that little dog was lucky. He was a 15-year-old dog, so very, very fortunate there. Also, as you know, Allie, my daughter, went down to Peru and with the World Veterinary Association, went down there with a bunch of vets, and they did a marathon spay and neuter clinic down there. And she left her cat with us, Ted, great big Maine Coon cat. And as you know, we lost Mojo. I put her to sleep, and then soon after that, Allie gave Pat, my wife, this little black and white kitty we call Lily. And while Allie was in Peru, we kept Ted, the Maine Coon, who's used to living by himself in a house full of girls going to vet school. And Lily just fell in love with Ted and has badgered that cat the whole time. And to get you back up to speed, I showed you a performance we did, my band did. We got conned into playing a gig the other night, so we went and played it. Man, it was hot, 93, 94 degrees outside, humid. And but we played a fun street gig / car show here in our little town, and really had a good time. But man, we paid for it the next day, let me tell you that. But we've been going into the studio too, and I've really been trying to transform this band into a YouTube band. And my goodness, does it take a lot more work than I ever anticipated. We've been in the studio. Here is a scratch track from the studio just to kind of show you some stuff we've been working on. And this is a song that we've blended 2 songs together. You're only going to hear part of it right here. And like I said, it's a scratch track. Corey is singing harmony with me. And I mean, she's singing a whole lot louder, and it's not her, it's in the mix. It just has not been mixed and mastered yet. But anyway, I thought you might enjoy just seeing a little clip of what we're doing. And leave me some comments down here if you like the song, because it's one of the songs that we're planning on doing a music video too. So if I get a whole bunch of hates on it, then we'll just trash that and we'll go on to something else.
Well, there's a black man with a black cat living in a black neighborhood. He's got interstate running right through his yard, you know. He thinks he's got it so good. And there's his woman in the kitchen cleaning up the evening slop. Oh, and he looks at her and he says, hey, baby, remember when you could stop a clock? Yeah, but ain't that America? You and me, baby, ain't that America? Something to see, baby, ain't that America? Home of the free, little pink houses for your need.
And of course, what would one of my videos be without some puppies? Here you go. What you got there, Michelle?
I have a Sky.
Looks like Sky's good at giving kisses too.
It is.
Sky, how you doing, old girl? Dwayne, how old is this puppy?
3 months.
3 months. Yeah, well, she is way cute. Little Queensland blue healer.
Bear? Oh, yes, I have a bear.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
and a kiss.
Appropriate. It's so cute. You are. And how old are we here, Corey? 11 weeks? Yeah. Oh, he is so cute. He is way cute. All right. And you guys know how I feel about cancer. I see cancer all the time now. I rarely saw cancer when I was a young veterinarian. I see it a lot now. So I've got you guys pretty well trained, I hope, to be checking your dogs and cats every day. If not, there's 2 or 3 videos on here on my channel about how to check your dog and your cat. So if you're not doing that and you don't really know how to do it, go back and review those videos and get busy with it. For those that got real good about it and were doing it every day, you need to get back into that habit again. Look what I found. And here's the importance of doing a good exam on these dogs every time we see them. And if you were doing an exam on your dog every day, you would certainly catch this. This dog came in for just his yearly shots, and when we checked his mouth, he's got some kind of crazy tumor growing up there on the gingiva right there. So we're going to go in there and remove that and send it to the lab. And as you can see, he needs his teeth cleaned anyway, so we're going to get all that done at the same time today. And of course, there's always T-ball with the grandkids. Got that going.
You got some run, okay? Come on, Eddie. You ready? Sophia, go in the second. Hey, go, Sophia. Run, Sophia, run. Run, Sophia, run. Charlie, move. You gotta move.
And what's a day at the clinic without a dog full of porcupine quills? Check this poor little guy out.
Well, it'll be a lot less crowded. You're welcome.
Roll his head over. Open his mouth, Amy. Let's see what's going on inside.
Ooh, get some good ones in there.
Yeah. Not too bad. Okay. And this is rather disgusting. So if you're a little bit squeamish, it's time to change channels and go watch Roman for a little bit and then come back. But there's a reason we veterinarians say on the day of surgery, please bring your animals in fasted. No food after bedtime the previous evening. Sorry about that. I know that was disgusting. It was disgusting to me too. The problem is these guys can throw up under anesthesia because that cat is completely asleep. He was right behind me in surgery, so I knew what was going on and I took care of him. Had I not, he could have choked to death on that because he's asleep. He's not waking up. And there was enough food there to choke a horse. Agreed? And then I saw this great big bug with great big eyes. Had to video him. What you got on your face? What are they?
Goggles.
Goggles. And one of the most fun parts of being a veterinarian is seeing these little bitty babies come in and taking care of them all their life. And it's really interesting when we see them for all the puppy shots and they're little tiny wiggly babies, and then they come in 6 months, 8 months for their spays or neuters, and we see a dog instead. Here's one of those, and he's one of my favorites. He's a crazy little dog. We had a lot of fun with him. This is Pudgy. You'll remember him.
Oh, God, you got big.
I know. I didn't realize it was the same puppy.
Oh, good Lord.
Who you got here this morning?
This is a Pudgy coat.
Boy, we're going to compare videos from him right now and what he looked like when he first came in.
He is a lot bigger.
He was about the size his head is now, first time we saw him. In for his neuter today. All right. Are you rolling?
Rolling.
Okay. We are all done with Pudgy's surgery. For those of you that don't know much about surgery procedures in dogs and cats, his little testicles were in his scrotum right here, and we shoved them forward, made one incision and pushed both of them out through that one incision, and then we pulled all the tissues together and sealed it with sutures under the skin. That's why you can't see any suture material right there. So the dog doesn't have anything to chew out, and the owners don't have to bring him back. So it's a real nice procedure. So old Pudgy's done. It's just amazing to see him. He was such a tiny little guy, and he comes in as a big old poodle dog. I've just got a couple of clips to bore you with, and then I'll let you go until the next video. One thing I left out in previous videos, and I don't know how I left it out. This was an Easter video, and all of you folks that have kids, you will totally get this. Anytime you want to line them up to get a picture made for them, either one of them has a black eye, or to try to get them all to sit still and smile at the same time, good luck with that. Anyway, I think you'll like this one. It made me laugh.
Okay. Sit up, Annie. No, you can't spread your legs like
You
that.
want me to get a still? Okay. Yep.
All right, everybody look.
Put your arm around Lincoln, Annie. That arm, yeah, cute. Everybody look. Link, look at
Pick
this.
your chins up. Pick
Link.
your chin up.
Can you look at my hand?
Hey, Link. Link, we'll
Lincoln,
get it for you in a minute.
Lincoln.
A roly-poly? Hey, we'll get it out, Lincoln, don't worry.
Daddy will get it out in just a second. Okay.
Do that.
Link. Hey, who likes candy?
Me.
Put your hands down.
Sit still. Look here. Look here. Okay. Addie, do a real smile, not a fake one.
That's just how she looks. Alright. Who's a goofy booty?
Okay, do a movie star
Hey,
smile.
Addie, quit, please, and smile right. Sit up straight and
Alright,
smile.
I'm gonna make y'all smile. Booty! Link, check out this camera. Watch how fast I can move this camera.
Lincoln Gunner, look up here, and then we can go inside.
Look at your dad's head.
Alright, if you look up here and give us a good smile, sit upright, we'll give you candy.
Sit up,
Lots
Addie.
of it. Alright, everyone give us a nice smile. Perfect. Alright, let's go
Good
get candy.
job. Okay, go eat your...
Link.
And on a final note tonight, I've showed you this clip before, but you may have missed it because I'm still getting a lot of people asking me about my old buddy Ricky Bobby, my favorite orange and white cat, the little kitty cat that survived a flood in Houston, survived getting shot in the throat, survived thyroid adenocarcinoma, malignant cancer of his thyroid gland. And like I've always said, he is a loudmouth. He has absolutely no manners, but I love this kitty cat. And he is doing very, very well. And you guys ask about him a lot, so I just really wanted to get you up to speed with that. So anyway, Ricky Bobby's doing great. He's still talking and talking and talking. Well, that's it from out on the ranch. Oh, no, it's not. There's one more thing I wanted to show you guys, and that is on old Luther here. You see all that wood, or lack of, might be a better way to say it. I'm going to replace that pretty quickly. As you all know, one of my sons, Mark, is extremely handy with tools and building stuff. I think I'm pretty good. I think Matt's pretty good. Matt and me together don't match Mark. He can do anything. And his channel, if you want to watch it, he and his wife build things and paint things, and incredibly crafty people, great family, cute little grandkids, if Baba does say so himself. But I'm going to get Mark to build me a new bed, and then he and I will put it in here. And I think I'm going to make a video about that. If you would like to see a video of Mark and I building a new bed for old Luther, put some yays down in the comment section. If you think it would be boring, then give me a big no, Doc, don't do that. Go back to Puppies. So thanks a lot for hanging with me. I know this video was a little bit weird and disheveled and piecemeal, but like I said, I've been off my game for a couple of weeks, so I hope you understand. So thanks a lot for dropping by on Out on the Ranch. I really appreciate you guys dropping in, watching these silly videos, and especially all the wonderfully kind comments that y'all always leave. I really appreciate that. That makes my day. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time. Remember, I love you. You guys take care now. Bye-bye.